So you want to be a penetration tester. You've watched the Mr. Robot clips, you've seen the salary numbers, and you're ready to go. So you go to Google, how to become a pen tester, and you get a list of certifications and a roadmap that makes it look very straightforward. But here's the problem. The roadmap is setting up a lot of people to fail. And look, I really do get the appeal. Pen testing is the sexy side of cybersecurity, so to speak. You're literally getting paid to hack. Senior pen testers can earn well over $150k US dollars a year. The work is creative, varied, and genuinely exciting. But as a recruiter who is actually hired for these roles, I want to give you the honest version, because the path that most people take, it's the hard way. And there's a smarter route, and that's what this video is about. Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name's Luke. I'm a cybersecurity recruiter, and if you're not new, welcome back to the channel. Let's get straight to the video. Section 1, the reality check. Let's talk through some job market numbers. And I want to give you one that might surprise you. According to CyberSeek, one of the most reliable sources for cybersecurity job data, there are approximately 4,600 open pen testing roles in the US at any given time. That sounds okay, right? Well, that's until you compare it to 46,000 plus open security engineer roles. That's 10 times more demand in adjacent roles. And here's the kicker. The majority of those 4,600 pen testing roles are not even entry level. They want 3 to 5 years of experience. They want an OSCP certification. They want someone who already knows how enterprise environments are built. Because you can't effectively break something you've never defended. Now, I've reviewed hundreds of applications for security roles. I can tell you that the candidates who get pen testing jobs first without years of experience behind them are the exception, they're not the rule. They usually got a bug bounty Hall of Fame entry or a serious CTF track record, or they've come up through a security operations role first. And that brings me to the next section. This is the bit that most people skip. Section 2. Why blue team first is actually the smart play. Now, some of the best pen testers I've ever come across have always had blue team experience first, whether that's SOC analysts, incident responders, network defenders. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense, because to attack a system effectively, you need to understand how defenders think. You need to know what gets logged, what triggers an alert, where the gaps are, etc. So you can't get that from a course. You can only get it from actually sitting in a SOC, watching traffic or responding to incidents and building the mental model of how enterprise environments actually operate. Now, blue team roles also get you two things pen testing roles won't give you at the start: a job and experience on real infrastructure. I've seen this play out so many times in my career. The candidates who land junior pen testing roles almost always follow the same pattern. They come from an IT support or help desk background, spend a year or two working as a SOC analyst, and build their offensive skills on the side through platforms like Hack the Box. They document everything on GitHub, and when they walk into the interview, they can explain not just how to exploit a vulnerability, but what the detection would look like on the other side. That is what separates them from candidates with more certifications and more CTF experience. That blue team foundation makes so much difference. Here's what the path looks like in practice. Step 1, get your foundations right. CompTIA Security Plus is still the standard entry-level cert, and it opens doors. You don't need to over-engineer this stage. Get Security Plus and understand the fundamentals: networking, operating systems, basic security concepts. Step 2, try and land a SOC analyst role. This is your entry point. Tier 1 SOC is not glamorous, but it's where you learn how attacks look from the defender's side. You'll see real malware, real phishing attacks, real intrusion attempts. That knowledge is gold when you move to an offensive work. Now, I've made a full video on how to land a SOC analyst role. I'll link that in the description below. Step 3, build your offensive skills on the side. While you're working in your SOC role, this is when you start the offensive training. Try Hack Me if you're a beginner. Hack the Box once you've got some confidence. These platforms let you practice legally on vulnerable machines and build the skills that pen testers employers are actually looking for. Then step 4, start working towards your OSCP. The Offensive Security Certified Professional is the gold standard for pen testing. It really is a fantastic certification. 35% of pen testing jobs postings specifically ask for it. It's a 24-hour hands-on exam on a simulated corporate network. There's no multiple choice, no shortcuts. If you have the OSCP, hiring managers will take you seriously. I've seen it, I see it all the time. If this video is changing how you think about your path into pen testing, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this kind of honest advice instead of the generic roadmaps that set people up to fail. Section 3, the transition, when and how to make the move. So here's the part nobody wants to hear, because the timeline is longer than most YouTube videos will tell you. If you're starting from zero, as in no IT background, no relevant experience, you're looking at roughly 2 years, I would say, before you're a competitive candidate for a junior pen testing role, possibly longer. Now, that might sound discouraging if you're dead set on getting a pen testing position, but I want to frame it a bit differently. In those 2 years, you're not sitting on the sidelines. You're getting paid in a cybersecurity role. You're building real skills on real infrastructure. And you've arrived at the pen testing interview with something most candidates don't have, and that's credibility. The transition looks like this. Year 1, you've got your Security Plus done. SOC analyst role or equivalent secure. Try Hack Me and Hack the Box practice on the side. Year 2, active on Hack the Box, building a portfolio of write-ups, working towards your OSCP certifications. Maybe you've picked up a more junior pen testing certification in the meantime. Something like the EJBT, the eLearn Security Junior Pen Tester. It's a solid stepping stone before the OSCP. Year 2 to 3, the OSCP is completed or in progress and you're applying for junior pen tester or internal red team roles. Now, let's talk about a couple of things that can accelerate this timeline. Bug bounties. Platforms like HackerOne and BugCrowd let you find real vulnerabilities in real systems, and legally, even a small finding that gets acknowledged is worth more on your CV than almost any certification. You have internal moves. If you're already working in a company with a security team, start making yourself known to the red team. Offer to assist on engagements, volunteer for internal assessments, network within the business. The path from blue to red is often shorter inside a company than it is applying in the cold. Most people don't realise that. You could be one step closer than you think by looking internally. You've then got your GitHub. Build tools, write scripts, document your methodology. Hiring managers for pen testing roles are technical. They want to see evidence of how you think, not just what certifications you hold. And if you want all this mapped out in one place, I've actually built something for exactly this situation. My Cybersecurity Job-Ready Blueprint is a recruiter-backed playbook that gives you the full roadmap. What to learn and in what order. A portfolio plan, projects that prove your skills, and a job search strategy based on what I actually look for when I look for candidates. It's designed to work alongside these videos so you can watch, then go and complete the matching action steps. It's less than the price of a textbook and it could save you months of guessing. I hope you all find it helpful. If you do get it, I'll drop the link in the description. Okay, moving on to section 4, the honest summary. Now, the candidates I've seen struggle the most are the ones who spent 2 years grinding pen testing courses and CTFs without ever getting a job, and then found themselves competing against people who'd spent those same 2 years actually working in security. The blue team path is not a detour. I say that again. If you're dead set on becoming a pen tester, that's great, but do not think the blue team is a detour. It's the foundation. The pen testers who last in this industry, who become genuinely dangerous in the best possible way, they understand how defenders think because they were one. Start there, build the skills, then look to make the move. Now, we talked about why the smartest pen testers start on the blue team, but landing that first SOC role, that's a whole strategy in itself. And if you get it wrong, you'll waste months applying to the wrong jobs. So watch this video next where I break down exactly how to get hired as a SOC analyst step by step. I'll link it in the description and pin it in the comments. I hope you've all found this video helpful. If you have, consider subscribing to the channel and join our growing community. I love making these videos for you and I really appreciate all the comments and support that you give. Now, as always, keep leveling up your career. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.